Recruiter Lite coming up. You wanted me to demo it. You want to know if it's worth it. Watch out this video right now and I'll show you. Hey, welcome to the Millionaire Recruiter. I'm Brandon Rooney, your Millionaire Recruiter. If you haven't seen this channel before, it's all about making you the next Millionaire Recruiter. So let's get back to the battle of LinkedIn. So I demoed and played with and showed all the cool features on Sales Nav. Now I'm on to Recruiter Lite, so I'll see you over there. And as we all know that I use LinkedIn Recruiter. So who's going to win? Can you still get some benefits out of it? I'm sure you can. So I'll see you on the share screen.
Okay, here we go. So I am about to show you LinkedIn Lite, and I will tell you, LinkedIn does not make it easy to get their products, which is bonkers. So don't get me started. But what you have to do is you have to go into your admin center on your personal LinkedIn, go to products, and then here we are. Okay, so let's go to Recruiter Lite. We're gonna get started, but it shows you why to choose it, of course. Let's get started. Okay, so Recruiter Lite says, you can reach 3.4 times potential candidates. Interesting. Let's see, 20 plus advanced search features, candidate search alerts, recommendations. Okay, this is all pretty similar. I guess this is what you have to focus on. You get 30 in-mails per month. It's not that much, although each in-mail that gets accepted, you do then get a credit back, so that's good. Access to your second and third connections, you have that anyways. Personal outreach, save templates. This is definitely cool. This is on Recruiter, of course. And then let's see, performance, insights, great. You do get a job. I think this is new because on even LinkedIn Recruiter, I don't get a job. So anywho, let's do this. Let's do our trial. All right, so let's continue. So I wanted you to see the price because this actually has gone up a lot, I believe, because I thought it was more like 147. So I think that's significant. You can save obviously if you do the year. It's funny they call it still a trial, but here we go. So here's your trial. Let's begin. I like to see this from the beginning because I think you need to know how much help LinkedIn's going to actually give you at first and how much help I can give you. So let's continue. Let's go to Lite. Okay, so what I am happy about is that very, very, very recently is that LinkedIn has decided to make all of their products have this look very similar visually, which that really helps because I got to tell you that regular LinkedIn, Sales Nav, LinkedIn Lite, and LinkedIn Recruiter all look slightly different, and I don't know, and I never understood it. Okay, so there's a few things. So first of all, free job. This is really cool. I mean, for me, I don't love their jobs. Like if you look right now, it's very, 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 very noisy, but I don't think that it's a bad thing to have a job. If it's free, I personally wouldn't pay for it at this point because I've been there, done that. I don't have a lot of luck there, but okay, so creating a project is fantastic. So this is, I won't completely review Sales Nav with LinkedIn Lite, so I'll try to stay off that, but I will say that Recruiter Lite, the ability to create projects is really amazing. Okay, and so you can do the project name. So if you're sourcing or doing biz dev, because I got to tell you, you can by all means you do not have to have Sales Navigator to do biz dev. Does it help? Sure. Okay, but your projects need to be, in my opinion, very detailed because this is something that lives on. And so whether or not you're sourcing, whether or not it's your biz dev campaign, whatever you're doing, you can do it really well and have a project because you don't need to every single week have new work. Okay. Now reports. Reports are extremely important because this is where you're A/B testing things, okay? So you should always be saving your in-mails so then you can see your report, what's doing well, right? So down here, it's going to show you what companies are you hitting up? Like what are the top companies you hit up and what's your response rate? Super important. Schools, what schools are you hitting up? What's your response rate? How many people are you hitting up in the time in their roles? Are you hitting up, people that are less than a year? Well, you probably shouldn't, right? Depending on what you're filling. What's the response rate? I'd imagine your response rate's a little bit higher than perhaps people that have been there for a while. It takes a lot more for someone to leave a job that's been there for a while than it does someone that's used to hopping around. And then this is the template area. Okay, this is exactly where you're going to see, you're going to have tons of different templates that you name, and you're going to see which one does better than the other. Okay, if you're with a team, obviously the users are really, really, really important, and you can do it by location as well. Okay, great. So now let's start a new search. All right, here's the fun part. Now, LinkedIn does a good job at always making sure you upgrade. So this I can't hide from you right now, because LinkedIn Recruiter, I will tell you, one of the best things is their spotlights, okay? Right here, what you see, and you have to upgrade to do it. Lite does not do it. There is this amazing behind the scenes open to work button, which is why I do not like that green thing around your face that says open to work, because really it's just as powerful, and actually I think way more powerful, if you push the behind the scenes open to work. You can say exactly what you want, locations, full time, what job titles you want, okay? And you can have, and you can let recruiters know that you're open to work, but behind the scenes, okay? Under the radar. This is great. But I will not focus on that. So we have custom filters. Now you can save custom filters. This is I love. So when you're sourcing, or again doing biz dev, but let's just say when you're sourcing, you could perhaps say, hey, you know what? I'm always looking for top schools, or I'm always looking for people out of these certain schools, or whatever it is, right? So you know, for this one particular client or this one particular hiring manager, they need people from these schools. Great. But I'm not now filling several different roles for this one company or one hiring manager, but all I know is what always stays the same is perhaps schools, or perhaps it's location, maybe it's job titles, whatever it is, you can save it. Okay, I love the save button, because what's great when you save searches is then you see this beautiful thing right here, this little bell, this notifications, whenever you save something, and if someone new, so if they're updating their LinkedIn, which means either they found a job or hello, they're looking, they've updated their LinkedIn for any manner whatsoever, you get these notifications. Or if someone makes a new LinkedIn, okay, you get them right up in here, and you go here first in the morning, okay? Crucial. Obviously, this button is where the messages are. We don't have any because this is brand spanking new. Okay, job titles. Job titles are amazing. You have the current or past, past, not current, or just straight up past. So love this. Location is crucial, right? But here's something that they did add after COVID, basically, but open to relocate, or current or open to relocate. This is a little bit of a funky button. I feel like you're going to want to do those searches differently, because you're going to get a massive amount of people, and it can be overwhelming. Skills and assessments. This is going to be the same thing on Recruiter as well. This is going to be from that section way at the bottom of their profile, and if they've done any assessments. The reason why I don't always love this button is because anyone can endorse you for their skills. You can have up to 50 skills in your profile. This doesn't necessarily mean they put this on here. Okay, this is why I don't love it. Companies, love this. Okay, again, current or past, not current, past. You can put the companies here. Now let me make sure that this is the same. So we have Google. Now, I love this because guess what? I can X this out. I can literally exclude Google. Now, naturally, I have to choose whether it's current or past, right? But let's current. I don't want anyone that's currently at Google. Now, hey, get out of here. It didn't work. Okay, there we go. I'm excluding. So now I'm open it to every single person in the universe except Google. Okay. What I do love is naturally LinkedIn is going to say, hey, here's some similar companies. See, that's all FANG too, right? Or here's some companies with recent layoffs. Dig this big time. Schools, love schools. You know, again, you can kind of go down here and they're going to group the schools, you know, accordingly. So LinkedIn, what's great about LinkedIn is it's going to find common denominators for you rather quickly. So you don't have to always do them yourself. Graduation date, pretty self-explanatory, right? Awesome. Industries is okay depending on what you're placing. So, but keep in mind, like I have like software engineering as my industry, but yet I'm technically in recruiting, right? And I don't have that. So just know that this isn't always the best thing unless you're very, very niche industry. Keywords is where you get to put and play with all of your Booleans. Okay, that works just the same. Let's go into advanced search here. We've got details. We have relationships. I use this a lot. The connections, obviously I'm going to do my first connections. Oh, funny. It's already grabbing it for me just with the non-Google thing. Years of experience. So this, again, very self-explanatory. I love how you can either, type it out here, okay, or you can just use this fun little thing. Okay. But I will say is that in LinkedIn Recruiter, what it's missing is quite a lot here. I would say, they don't have nearly as many advanced features. Actually, I don't even see the ones for veterans. So right now on Recruiter, you can actually search just by veterans. And I think that's really cool. Let me see if it has activity properly. Yep. So if you work on a team or even not, just work by yourself and you want to make sure that you are not looking at people with messages, you can do the time range, pretty good, right? Hide previously viewed. Now, this would count if you clicked on their profile in order to be previously viewed. What I love here is projects as well. Okay, cool. So essentially, this has a lot of great things that you can play with. And again, you get that free job, which is really cool. The projects are key because you can actually search by projects, but I don't see, okay, you got advanced history, your saved searches, and you can also search by ideal candidate. So let's just bring me up for an example. There I am. So it's going to put, this is funny. So here's the thing. This is good and bad depending on how niche the person you are looking for. Yana's getting brought up. Hello, Yana. So what I would just do is it grabbed my companies, right? So naturally, I don't want anyone from the companies as the ideal candidate, but I want to grab what's actually coming up. And it's taking me as a chief executive officer because it's taking my current title. So I'm just going to get rid of that because here's all the staffing stuff, right? Here's how it's it's doing this accurately. Nonprofit organization. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, so that's pretty much all it grabbed for me. But anyways, if you have someone that's like spot on that you really want to duplicate, searching by ideal candidate is actually really cool. But I think it's more cool because you get to see what LinkedIn deems what your skills and industry are. For me, I would want to see a lot more keywords. So on LinkedIn Recruiter, it does grab keywords here, and I feel like it's a lot more accurate. So, but it's a really cool tool. So all in all, I got to tell you, just playing with this for a little bit, knowing LinkedIn Recruiter so well, this isn't a bad option by any means. The fact that you can only view up to third connections, I'm not too upset when it comes to that. I think that's, look at me. I don't think, I think 3.7 million is plenty, right? So, if your budget is $200 or under, LinkedIn Lite is a really, really, really great thing. So don't forget to come back and watch LinkedIn Lite versus Sales Nav because they are definitely two completely different products. They definitely do different things. I'm going to say what I think. I'm going to say what I think, and I'm going to kind of battle, because they are in a similar price range. And I think that's really important. By all means, so they give you 30 days on everyone, on Lite, on Sales Nav, and I believe even on Recruiter. And you should really demo and try all three of them and in its entirety. Okay, so really go all in and use it because then, and keep notes. Okay, keep your stats. You need to know. Don't just pay for all the shiny tools. Okay, you have to actually see the ROI on them. And so have fun with it. The only thing is that contact LinkedIn, because I don't know how this works. If you are sending messages and all of a sudden your trial's up, I don't know where those messages would go. That's the only thing that I don't know. Sorry about that. But I hope you enjoyed this. And, I would love to see the battle of Sales Nav versus Recruiter Lite before I give you my opinion. So let's have some fun. Let's have a conversation. Let's get controversial. All right. See you soon. Bye.
Woo, okay. So I'm not going to divulge all of how I feel with Sales Nav versus Recruiter Lite versus LinkedIn, but Recruiter Lite has a lot of pros, especially if you have not used LinkedIn Recruiter yet. You don't even know what's missing. So how can you care? All right. Well, I hope that really benefited you. Please comment below. Do you use Sales Nav? Do you use LinkedIn Recruiter? Do you use Recruiter Lite? What's your jam? What do you recommend? What are the pros and the cons? Because yes, I will be doing next a pros and cons of all three. You ready? I'm ready. All right, I'll see you every Thursday at noon. Do not forget that money is a vessel to do all the amazing things you want to go do in life. Go live it.